you have to hire a team. Like maybe you can sell a one-time $1 million thing or two $500K things or 10 100K. Yes, 10 100K things to get to $1 million, right? That's hard. Okay. You need to hire a team. Like you need to have other people supporting you, even if it's just a virtual assistant. Like maybe the very first thing you do is you hire a VA to post on social media for you because it's time consuming. It's not low value, but it's low. Like you don't need to be doing it. You don't need to be spending 30 minutes creating a reel or more. Just take 5 to 10 minutes, create the video and send it to a VA and be like, hey, create 5 reels from this, or make like what I'm doing with this podcast. I'm recording a podcast. It's going to be about a half hour maybe. And we're going to create a bunch of reels and social media and other videos and things from this podcast. Hire a team. So we need someone to run social media, someone else to run your podcast. You shouldn't be editing your own podcast. Please don't edit your own podcast. Customer service. Like you got an MRR program with more than 10 people in it. You really need someone to help you, support you with customer service, to handle refund requests and problems accessing your courses. Like you're enrolling 100 people, into your course every year. Like you shouldn't be the one, making sure people, who entered their email wrong can get in access to the course. You need to have someone else doing that. Okay. Because if you're going to get to $1 million, you're going to have to enroll a lot more people than what you did to get to 200K. So we need someone doing customer service. So like customer service is kind of like your defensive line, your social media, podcast. Those are kind of like your offensive line. And then depending on how many people you put in your coaching program, if you've got more than 12 or 15, really once I got over 25 people in our Platinum Mastermind, or really 30, is where I realized I need, like, answering all the questions myself is a little hard. 40 people on a call is like, a lot of people get left out. And then I've also got where in my group, I've really got 2 different levels. I've got a good chunk of people that are in the launch phase for their cash practice going from 0 to 100K. And then I got about half the people who are already doing 6 figures and they're trying to scale to multiple 6 and 7. And so what I needed to do, and I knew about this a long time ago, but it was only earlier this year in 2023 where I started having other coaches help me run some of the calls and answer questions. Prior to that, like the last years, I've had other people helping with the calls and kind of helping in the group here and there, but not in as much of official capacity. But I know as we go towards 50, 60, 75 people, like I got to have multiple coaches. Like one of the kind of things is it's no longer Aaron answering the questions, but the way we run it is when twice a month we do these power calls, and for the first 10, 15 minutes, I am doing the coaching with everyone on the call. And then we break into groups for about 45 minutes to an hour, depending. Calls are about an hour and 15 minutes. And we'll break into groups to do deeper dives into questions. Okay. And people love it. And it's awesome. And it means someone else can answer some of the questions I've been answering for years, and I can go deeper with the people that are more advanced, which is really nice. Right. And then it gives the people that are just starting an incentive to grow their business so they can get in the room with Aaron, which is dope. I mean, it's exactly what Taki does. As a black belt member, it's hard to get on a call and get Taki to answer your questions because he's got half a dozen coaches, because he's also got a couple hundred people in his boardroom level making over $1 million a year that he's focused on. And he's even got coaches in that. So hiring coaches is one thing that you're going to need to do to scale. Even if you're doing multiple 6 figures, and maybe you've got other priorities or other things, you might already have other coaches helping you because it scales your time. Because let's say you're doing nutrition or fitness. You don't need to always be the one doing all the plans. You can hire other people who are qualified and competent, and you're creating the vision and mission. But coaches might have been something I could have done earlier. But for me, it was more mindset of like, who do I bring in? Do I really want to bring in that person? Like I'd been thinking about this for years. Do I really want to bring in that person and have them not focus focus on their business as much as focus on X, and, as far as like bringing in someone to coach cash practice owners, I want someone who's got a cash practice who knows about all those nuances, not just someone who's a marketing person that I can bring in from outside. It's like, I want something authentic. And so I've had to like train a lot of my own coaches into building their own business. So that's the thing. So, but you're going to need other coaches or team members, not just on the back end, but on the delivery of whatever service that you're offering. You're going to need other people. Like, you might not have a coaching business, but you might have other people that need to be on the front end of the delivery of the business and not just you.